Hi everyone. Today I wanted to talk a little more on overcoming your fears. And it was the last video I'd made, and it brought to mind an experience that someone wanted me to help them with, and it was their journey to work every day. It was about a great fear they have, a fear that would give them anxiety, like the feeling of the tightness in your chest when you're so afraid to do something. And I said, the experience was a woman I know, she would take a journey over the Newport Bridge every day to go to work. And she loved her position that she was working, so she continued to take that journey no matter how much it scared her every time she drove over the bridge. And I said, well, what is your fear? She goes, I'm afraid my car could someday go over the bridge and I would fall into the water and drown. I don't know how I would, save myself. And I said, well, let's walk through that. You're here right now, you're safe with me. So let's just imagine what kind of solutions we do have available. Let's walk through the whole scene, just like a movie. She said, okay. I said, what kind of car do you have? She goes, well, I have an older car. I said, does it have roll-up windows? She goes, yes, it does. So you don't have to worry about electric windows that you wouldn't be able to push down. I said, do you have a glass cutter in your car? And she goes, yes, I do. I said, well, now there's two ways you can get out. Good. Okay. So let's imagine that you are driving over the bridge one day. And let's imagine, I know you don't want to, but let's imagine your car does roll over, and tumble into the water. Can you see that? She says, yes, I can. I said, so now the car has hit the water, you felt the impact, but you're still awake. You haven't been knocked unconscious. You're very aware of your surroundings. I said, now what would you do? She goes, I'm not sure. She goes, I don't know if I would reach for the glass cutter or unroll the window. I said, what I would do in this situation, and it feels right for me, is I would try to get the glass cutter because you have that easy latch system. It's an older car that you just can push a button and it would open up. She's like, okay. I said, so now you have the glass cutter in your hand. Now what I want you to do, I want you to imagine yourself first trying to unroll the window. You don't want to unroll the window right next to you, because if you do, you'll have a force of water coming in that might even knock you out. So that's not what you want to do. What you want to do is open a window that's far away from you. The easiest one is probably going to be the one that's on the passenger side, not the one that's in the rear, because then you have to take the time to climb in the back to get there. So I would unroll the passenger side, and it's going to fill up rather quickly. If for whatever reason you cannot turn that handle, you have the glass cutter. Glass cutter works really easily. You can just make a quick circle, apply some pressure, kick it. It'll pop out. And so now you have the water flowing in. You can't push against the water flow. So what you have to do is allow the water to fill up the car. And that way you can float out and transition easily through the window. Okay, it's just, at that point it would be like swimming. There would be nothing in your way. You can move right through the window. And then she's like, well, how do I know which way to swim? How do I know which way is up? I said, that's an awesome question. I said, imagine a fish tank. Do you see the bubbles in the fish tank? She goes, yes, I can. I said, which way are they going? She said, they're going up. I said, yes. I said, air always allows the bubbles to go up, not down. So imagine yourself just making a little fish bubble, just like the fish do, and watch that bubble with the direction it goes. I guarantee you're going to find yourself that your body wants to flow in that position, because that's the way the body knows to go, is towards light, is towards up, okay? And she was just so, all of a sudden, just so relieved, just tears, overwhelming tears just came out of her. I was like, are you okay? She goes, I'm just so relieved. No one's ever walked me through the scenario of what would I do if that ever happened to me. I said, well, I'm glad I could be here to walk you through it. I said, that's the problem with most fears, is we don't know a solution, or we're just so in fear of the unknown, even if it's never going to happen. But once we have a solution to what could possibly happen, or an unknown factor, we no longer have that fear, which it's just like any other fear, like survival. If something catastrophic were to happen in the world, how would you survive? It's in the dead of winter. Do you know how to survive? if you, like for me, I don't have that huge fear because we grew up in a rural area, like with a lot of snow, a lot of different seasons. We learned how to, create shelters, build a fire, even go hunting. Yes, I've shot a muzzle loader, bow and arrow, different things. Yep, I do know how to clean a fish and go fishing. But those are survival skills, so they are handy because once you have them, you no longer have a fear of the what if or the unknown. So come up with some fears that you might have. They could be anything. They could be your child going away for the first time to an unknown town or state, and let's go through some of those fears that you could have, And the best thing to always do is always know that all is already taken care of. Make sure that you have a plan, or just, know the steps that you would need just in case. And once you, like I said, once you have those steps, or your child does, there's no fear, there's no worry, and no grounds for that fear or worry to be created. I am here. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment. I love you all.